Hi everybody, David Paul here in the KHOU 11 Weather Center. Well, here we are, middle of November, and it looks like we are going to have yet another tropical storm, hurricane, maybe even a strong hurricane develop in the Caribbean and perhaps move into the Gulf as we head through the next 2 to 7 days. And really, it's no surprise because sea surface temperatures, especially in the Caribbean, are well above normal, and they're still flirting with the 90-degree mark at the surface in many parts of the Caribbean. So abundant warm water available to feed a developing system. We also have very light upper level winds out here. That may even be more important. Those light upper level winds may allow this storm to develop quite rapidly as we head through the next 2 to 7 days. Again, the Caribbean sea surface temperatures, this is an estimate, but it's close to 90 across a big chunk of the Caribbean. So tropical update. Here's our spot, 90% chance that something develops here over the next 7 days. Actually, a 70% chance that we get development here in the next 2 days. And it's right there where that X is. That's where we've got a little cluster of scattered showers and thunder showers. Not much at the moment. But again, it looks like it's going to get its act together and close off a low. We get a depression or a tropical storm named here as we head closer to the coming weekend. Now, climatologically, this is the time of year when we start getting these cold fronts and troughs coming in and a little deeper down into the southern plains. And when that starts happening, the track of these things as they develop quite often gets pulled north and then gets raced off to the north and east into the Atlantic. That's climatology, but that's also what the forecast is calling for as well. So for the moment, where are folks watching the forecast very intently? Across the Western Caribbean, Honduras, Belize to Cancun, Western Cuba, and Florida. Because climatology and now the forecast models are suggesting that this is where we're most likely to see impacts. Now, everybody in the Gulf Coast should be paying close attention, including we here in Houston, but for the moment, there are no model runs that pull it off to the west. So here is the European model. It develops a system, takes it across the Yucatan, that weakens it, and then it may re-strengthen some before it gets curved toward Florida. This is the way the model has it with the European model going into Tuesday, November 19th. So this is next week. And why would it make that turn to the northeast? Because we've got one of these approaching cold fronts. And this front is a Canadian front. This is going to have some cold air and a strong north wind for Houston for the middle of next week. So this one brings in big changes for Houston and steers this storm off toward Florida. That's the European. Here's the American model. I want to show this to you because this model is a little different. It develops a system, but run to run, it's been shooting the gap between Cancun, the tip of the Yucatan, and the western tip of Cuba. That would keep a developing hurricane unmolested by the landmass as it shoots the gap through the Yucatan Channel and then would turn toward Florida. There's that approaching front. That's the one that's gone through Houston, giving us the early winter-like weather. And that steers a powerful hurricane toward the Big Bend of Florida, maybe just north of Tampa, Wednesday, November the 20th. So right now, it is Florida that is watching this very closely and already beginning at least some preparations for the possibility that they get another landfalling hurricane, a strong one, on the Gulf Coast of Florida toward the middle of next week. If this does get a name, it is Sarah. That is the next name on the list after Rafael ravaged the eastern half of the Gulf of Mexico just a couple of weeks ago. That's where we stand right now. We'll keep you posted as we move forward with yet another storm, possible, if not likely, into the Gulf of Mexico toward the middle of next week.